Evolution of Scar. Scar, a main member of the Disney villains franchise, first appears in the 1994 movie, The Lion King, where he is introduced as the ruthless, power-hungry younger brother of Mufasa, the ruler of the Pride Lands. He is voiced by Jeremy Irons. Scar is shown as very smart, scraggly, and melanotic in appearance, with a smooth, black mane, dark yellowish fur, and distinctive green eyes. He also has a white goatee beard, characteristic of villains. As the second-born prince of the Pride Lands, Scar was next in line to assume the throne as king. However, his chances were lost at the birth of his nephew, Simba. This filled Scar with jealousy and a sense of entitlement, causing him to develop a plot to kill the king and Simba to take over the Pride Lands with the aid of his hyena minions. In the animated TV show Timon and Pumbaa, Scar is seen in the Season 2 episode, Zazu's Off by One Day, when Zazu cleans out his trash can in search for the jungle inspector, and in the animated wraparound segment in Around the World with Timon and Pumbaa, when Timon drags him to try to restore Pumbaa's lost memories. In the 1997 animated movie Hercules, Scar makes a cameo appearance as a lion skin briefly worn by Hercules at one point, which in itself was a reference to one of Hercules' 12 labors, which was killing the Nemean lion. In the 1997 Broadway musical adaptation of The Lion King, Scar is the main villain. He is portrayed by John Vickery and is generally portrayed as a clever, immature prince with a heavy hint of comedic elements in an arguably more prominent light than his animated counterpart. Scar's role is also expanded upon with the song, The Madness of King Scar. In it, Scar begins doubting his reign, fearing that he might be losing the respect of the lionesses, and indirectly receives an idea from Zazu that he needs a queen to ensure that his family line continues for generations, thus giving him immortality. The musical also implies that his main motives for wanting to become king were due to neglect that he suffered while he was young, especially in comparison to Mufasa. In the 1998 second movie of the franchise called The Lion King 2, Simba's pride, due to Scar's death in the first movie, his appearances are limited. He makes a brief cameo appearance during Simba's nightmare. In the nightmare, Simba runs down the cliff where his father died in the stampede, attempting to rescue him. Then Scar appears and turns into Kovu, whom he has chosen personally to be his heir and successor, and throws Simba off the cliff. Later, Scar makes another appearance in a pool of water as a reflection after Kovu is exiled from the Pride Lands. In the animated TV show House of Mouse, Scar makes several appearances as one of the guests in the titular club. In the episode Ask Von Drake, Scar can be briefly seen being held by Rafiki. In another episode, Goofy's Valentine Date, Scar is seen along with the other guests. In the 2004 animated movie The Lion King 1.5, Scar makes 3 cameo non-speaking appearances at the movie's climax. He first appears in the scene where he backs Simba up against the ledge, right when lightning strikes the base of Pride Rock. The second time is during the scene where he admits to murdering Mufasa before being pinned down by Simba. The last time he can be seen is when he is defeated by Simba and kicked off the edge of Pride Rock. Despite this fall, Scar survives but is attacked and killed by the hyenas that he betrayed. In the 2005 direct-to-video movie, Once Upon a Halloween, Scar appears as a picture in The Witch's Book. In the 2011 animated blooper movie, The Lion King Diamond Edition, Scar makes a cameo appearance, botching his line during Simba's climactic trial at Pride Rock and confessing he has no idea what he is doing. In the 2015 animated movie, The Lion Guard Return of the Roar, Scar appears as a cave painting. Simba's second-born cub, and Scar's great-nephew, Kion, is told that Scar was born under the name Askari, after his ancestor, the original Askari, and as the second-born cub of the king at the time, he was appointed the leader of the Lion Guard, a team of lions who would protect the Pride Lands and the Circle of Life, as part of a tradition that began with the ancestor he was named after. Responsibility. Askari was given a power called the Roar of the Elders, which allowed the great lions of the past to roar along with him when used. However, the roar made Askari feel powerful, and that power went to his head, making him egotistic. In the 2016 animated TV show Disney Crossy Road, In the episode Hyena Havoc, Scar appears in pursuit of Simba, alongside the hyenas. Simba crosses a road of animals for safety, and Scar orders the hyenas to capture him. When they fail, Scar tries to cross the road himself, though he is comically trampled in the process. In the Emoji adaptation of the 1994 movie, As Told by Emoji, Scar appears as the emoji character and plays the same role as in the main movie. In the animated TV show The Lion Guard, Scar is portrayed in paintings throughout Season 1, which explains some of his backstory. In Season 2, he appears as a spirit in a volcano, voiced by David Oyelowo, starting in the episode The Rise of Scar, when Kion unwittingly summons him after using the Roar of the Elders in anger when Janja the hyena provokes him. After being summoned, Scar conspires with Janja and the other animals in the Outlands to take over the Pride Lands and defeat the new Lion Guard and Simba, who were initially unaware that Scar had returned. In the third and final special episode, Battle for the Pride Lands, Scar explains to a snake named Ushari how he got the scar on his face as well as the moments that made him who he is now. Also, in this episode, Scar battles the Lion Guard, attempting to burn down Pride Rock, as well as kill Janja and his clan along with them for being tempted to defect to Jasiri's clan. At the end of the episode, Kion defeats Scar by summoning the great kings of the past to bring punishment onto Scar for his actions, which results in his evaporation, freeing the Pride Lands and the Outlands from his rule forever. In the 2019 live-action remake, The Lion King, Scar appears voiced by Chiwetel Ejiofor. In this version, he has a more realistic look with lighter grayish fur and amber eyes. He has a receding dark brown mane that is duller and mangier than Mufasa's and is paler around his face, in addition to the signature scar over his left eye, which is larger and darker this time. Scar also has a noticeable notch in his right ear and several small scratch marks and bruises on his body, with his facial structure giving him an angry look. Among additional changes, Scar is stated to have challenged Mufasa in the past and lost. It is implied he got his scar in the fight, and that both brothers courted Sarabi, who chose Mufasa. Also, Scar is not allied with the hyenas from the very beginning and has to earn their trust. During his reign, Scar takes a more active role in hunting alongside the pack of hyenas and is also seen trying to force Sarabi, whom he still lusts for, to become his mate and queen. Also, he restricts every conversation about his deceased brother rather than banning his name. In the 2021 animated short movie, The Simpsons in Plusaversary, Scar was sitting at the same table as Cruella de Vil at Moe's Tavern as Lisa put party hats on them for the Disney 2-year anniversary. In the 2022 animated short movie, The Simpsons, Welcome to the Club, Scar appears as a cameo along with other Disney villains, trying to convince Lisa Simpson how fun it is to be a villain. In the 2023 animated short movie, Once Upon a Studio, Scar is also voiced by Jeremy Irons. In the short, he expresses frustration over Wreck-It Ralph's mishap with a glass door, and the outcome involved afterwards, before getting cut off by barely dodging Jay Thaddeus, Toad riding the magic carpet straight out the door, as he openly describes everyone as idiots. Scar is also seen in the distance shot as the characters are singing When You Wish Upon a Star before the group photo is taken. Scar returns in the 2024 prequel to the 2019 remake of The Lion King, Mufasa, the Lion King, where he is voiced by Kelvin Harrison Jr. In the movie, it is revealed that Scar's real name is Taka, and he is a biological member of the royal family Eshi and Obesi of the Pride Lands. Well, an orphan lion cub named Mufasa was eventually taken in by Scar's parents and became Scar's brother. The movie also reveals that Scar and Mufasa once had a close, loving relationship and how their brotherly bond became fractured, leaving Scar bitter and resentful towards Mufasa.